はい。じゃあ、let's start today's class. Yes, good morning. Morning, students. Yes, as you have understand, ちょっとね、ごめん。これがまだ、余ってるね。はいはい。As you understand, today's content is about the outdoor robot. Yes, please come and start the Zoom meeting. Yes, this is the second part of the special environment. The last week we have discussed about the battlefield robots, and today we should discuss about the outdoor robot. As you have studied in the previously for the pre-learning, the one is a space robot. Space, ちょっと待ってね。we should write. と Today's content has the various kind of the special places robot, especially the outdoor robot. The one is a space robot. The second one is here, the agriculture robot. Robot in the agriculture. And the third one は、なんだ agriculture, これ。inspection and maintenance. Inspection and maintenance means the inspection and maintenance なんだけど、especially for the infrastructure, social infrastructure maintenance system, social infrastructure. The social infrastructure means the one is なんか、例えば、ウォーターパイプとか、ガスパイプとか、オイルライパイプとか、パイプライン、system, maintenance, and the other is electric power distribution. Electric power distribution like this kind of the maintenance and the other is this is electric power line inspection. Yes, this is the third one. And the final one is the final one. Unmanned construction. Some of the construction robot. Construction robot. Construction robot. And mainly unmanned construction, remote operated construction machines. And then this kind of disaster recovery. Disaster recovery で、especially, especially Fukushima nuclear power plant recovery, Fukushima nuclear power plant recovery, disaster robot, especially in the Fukushima's robot has been introduced in here. Yes, this is the outline of today's contents. Yes, as I make a note like this, this is here. Today's content contains various kind of special purpose robot. One is a special space robot. The second one is the agriculture robot. And the third one is inspection and maintenance in the social infrastructure. And the fourth is construction, especially the unmanned construction. Unmanned construction. Remote operated, heavy vehicles, heavy vehicles. And disaster recovery, especially the Fukushima nuclear power plant, the recovery robot, has been introduced in today's article. はいはい。and in this contents, which part is you are interesting, or interesting, or,なんだ interesting, or you want to discuss more, want to discuss, you want to know or discuss more, which part discuss more. We want to know about your opinion, feelings. I will ask the one by one. Yes, yes. じゃあ、firstly, チェナオ、which part you are interested in today's contents?
For these contents, I actually mainly interested in the agricultural robots and also the construction robots.
Why you are interested about the agriculture robot?
Because my father is a professor about agriculture, and therefore he observed that in all over the world, even in Japan, the agriculture still input a lot of human resources.
Agriculture takes much
Right.
the human labors.
Human labors.
Yes, yes. Agri robot. Yes, yes. So therefore, how about construction part?
The construction part is because I'm fairly angry with, fairly get stressed with the deployment, the software deployment. Actually, as well as the software deployment, because my recent works is fairly works well on the construction robots area.
Soft deployment. What's the meaning of soft deployment?
The software deployment is using the modern technology, just like the cameras or even the AI system to track the labor's status or get monitor of the labor's activities so that it would deprive the rest time of the laborers.
Okay. Hi, good answer. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your answering. How about UA? What is your opinion? What is your interest or want to know or discuss more today?
I want to discuss about the space robot.
Yeah. Why you are interested about this kind of space robots?
Because it can combine artificial intelligence and
combination with AI technology and machine learning ね。Yes, yes. はい、thank you. はい、じゃあ、next, Hawking. Hawking. はい。How do you think which part you are interested in today's contents?
online construction robot. The robot can help humans to work in the environment that may be harmful to humans or human to get in. And for example, the online robot is easy to have have the good ability. And it can work in the teleoperation environment. And this kind of robot may be give them a lot of time.
Okay. The consumption there. Ability. Which kind of ability you are interested in? なんか performance. You say the good performance of this kind of robot. Which part you are so interested in?
anti-influence of the region.
Combination of IT infrastructure とか IT technology, you want to say? Yes, yes. Is IT technology. はいはい。はい、thank you. じゃあ、イーファン、how do you think? E5 robots.
Scenario. So the pipe is very narrow and the view is very limited. So I think the in-pipe movement is very limited and it's quite different from ordinary robots.
Limited view. Okay. Very, very narrow space and limited view is a very interesting point. Okay, the student has a different interests. So, Pen-chan, which part that we should discuss today? Firstly. どれが面白そう ?Which part is interesting? Construction? じゃあちょっと待ってね。Firstly, I ask student and what the robot's most important application というか task role or robot's special point is what in this kind of the outdoor environment or special environment. How do you think why robot is necessary in this environment? Robot is necessary in such environment. Why robots are necessary in this kind of environment? How do you think? Hi, Chena.
Severe conditions, hard manual labor, and also as well as the among the dangerous.
Oh, yes, severe and dangerous
Right.
environment. So therefore, the one most important robot's role is work in place of human workers.
Work in the place that human don't would like to work at.
Yes. Human workers don't like to work in such kind of severe conditions, dangerous conditions, dirty conditions. So therefore, the one important role of robot is robot work in place of the human.
Right.
And robot reach this kind of difficult place to reach by human being. So therefore, in place of human, this kind of robot. So, これ、dangerous, severe condition とか dangerous condition situation, but also the difficult to approach for human. So for example, the space in space, no oxygen, no air. So therefore, it is the human cannot live there. So therefore, in place of the astronauts, the robot astronauts, robonauts will work in there. And also the deep sea is also very, very high pressure condition, also in no air. So therefore, the robot will go to this kind of deep sea to explore something and do the digging, some mining, something will be done. Yes, this is one important point. Yes, robot will work in place of the human being. So the reason, this kind of this kind of robot has to work there. Hi. Yes, please. え
さっきのことの感じがあります。
はい、勘違いはい。
What was is the ability of anti-radiation. I think the robots working in the unmanned construction robots working in the environment which have the nuclear reaction.
Okay.
The robot maybe should have the ability of anti-radiation. That means that the robots cannot be influenced by the radiation.
Okay. Yes. For nuclear っていうか、this is a radiation material. Radiation material is the very difficult, very the materials. It's very harmful for human health. Harmful for human health. So therefore, in place of the human worker, this kind of robot should treat this kind of dangerous materials, of course. Yes. Thank you. It's okay. どれが面白そうかな。一応じゃあ、クエスチョンか。クエスチョン。teleoperation of satellite robot is the first question. And the second one is a precision agriculture robot. Third one is a in-pipe robot. And the power transmission line, distribution line. It's the power transmission line and distribution line, the maintenance or recovery or something, and unmanned construction か。どうしようね。今なんか皆さん、インテレスが not covered in here. ここにないやつ。これ前か。unmanned construction か。Yes, じゃあ、please show your answer to this question. Unmanned construction. Question 5. Please show each other one by one. Yes, じゃあ、ペンちゃん、please manage the presentation of each student's. Okay? No. Question 5. Question 5 no. We are now focusing on the question 5. Unmanned construction.
Yes, my reply.
ちょっと一応、オンにして、オン。
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Here is my reply. Actually, for the nowadays, construction or unmanned construction robots, there are some reasons for that. Just for safety, hazardous environment, labor shortage, and so on. This is actually widespread, and I don't want to talk it as much. However, for the key technologies enabled unarmed construction system, I'm basically wanted to talk about the autonomous navigation and the SLAM. Actually, the SLAM is not only just being developed, it's actually being used at many areas. I have made some actually request in China that using this technology to drain the holes on the rooftop using some robots. And as well as nowadays the SLAM can just like this kind of system is widespread. And also for the AI planning and symbolic decision making, this is actually being tested, especially for the automatic wire decision. As in the constructions, we need to set up the electric wires, the liquid pipes, and the gas tube. These things in the constructions are nowadays usually or even promotes to AI decided. As well as this, I'm actually get to my main part for the reinforcements of software deployment. For the software deployment, there could be actually for a strong information that not for I don't see it all over the world, but actually in some country there have been using the camera to detect the hamlet, and also even using the track system to track the motivation of the workers. This is fairly dangerous signals. Actually, for the construction workers, they are actually have not highest paid, and they work in open area even in fairly hot weathers, and they are still being deployed uh, by the automatic system. In my opinion, I have a deep aversion to this form of exploration. In fact, I find even more insidious than overt hard exploration. It cloaks completely greed in the guise of automation, distinguishing the relentless pursuit to profit behind the realistic of efficiency and innovation. This is more than everything else. That's why I drove myself to robotics, to human-machine interactions, to the field of computer vision. I do not think seek to invent overseas. I seek to invent tireless laborers, workers who never suffer, who never age, who only cost the price of electricity. This is my belief that this is why the symbolic robots could be actually worked well on the unmanned construction. For the symbolic robots, they could just using the existing object to get the match in the open areas, just like the bricks, the the pipes, or even the glasses. And using this kind of offline, they could plate the object in the place with just some promotes and the large language models. So this is my mainly research for this part of time for tracking the tiny boats, the clipboards, just like this. These are the symbolic robots. Thanks.
Thank you. なんか、question from other student? Chen, do you have some question to Chenao? そうなのちょっと、じゃあ、I will give some comments. Yes? ちょっと待ってね。you have said about you have said, 停止して、これ、ソフトディスポティブ。
Right.
これ、what is the meaning of you say this word?
This is actually a kind of using the it's especially happens especially happens in the construction environment, but actually happens in a lot of places, just like the shipping, the delivery workers actually. And even for some countries, they also use the software deployment. they using the camera, the video controls, and a lot of evaluations to the people's living in some areas or in their work environment.
Work environment, all of the places is the observed by some camera, you mean?
Right. Software despotism. It's not by the software deployment. It's the software
Software deployment.
it's a kind of it's a exploitation. It's a kind of exploitation. It is a kind of managed system.
ちょっと待ってね。ソフトウェア。By using a software, anything will be done by software.
Right. By using the software to do some management, and actually it indicates the exploration. It indicates the exploitation.
Yes, ソフトウェア利用可能。ソフトウェア利用可能。
If we could using the robot workers to replace the human workers, we don't need to do this kind of monitor to the human workers.
Okay. まあ、presently, technology, especially in the software technology, is replacing the human worker to some autonomous robot or autonomous AI machines presently.
Right.
But yes, this makes some problem.
I don't think humans should be supervised by artificial intelligence. The human should control artificial intelligence.
Okay. Yes, you say is AI is only a tool for make our lives better.
Right.
Yes, not
to make our life worse.
Yes, not the higher position beyond the human being.
Right.
Yes, human must control everything.
Right.
Yes, you are saying. Thank you.
Thanks, Professor.
Yes. なんか、related question or something? Other student has come? No? Yes, じゃあ、ペンチェン、next student.
ですね。ご発信くれるでしょう。
My answer of the question 5, the reasons we need unmanned construction robots. I think firstly, the unmanned construction robots are needed because certain work environments are difficult for humans to access, such as confined space or environment that are dangerous to humans, such as nuclear. And secondly, for unmanned engineering robots, which face with different work environments, they require different technologies. For caves and other environments, it needs to enhance its single transmission capability, and cable transmission will limit the robot's range of movitation. So a relay signal is a good choice. And for the high radiation environments, radiation can interfere with internal circuits and signal transmission. So robots need anti-radiation interference capabilities, compartmentalization. And for underwater environments, robots need to be waterproof and resistant to water pressure. And and uh, and the conventional machinery usually has gaps which need to be closed in underwater environments.
Question or some comment here from others here?
environments and minimize accidents in high-risk construction zones, then it can increase efficiency and productivity, performs repetitive tasks with precision and consistency, reducing errors. The exploration and examination of the technology. First is the autonomous navigation and GPS system. It allows robots to move and operate without human intervention. Second is artificial intelligence and machine learning. It can enable robots to learn from data, adapt to dynamic environments, and make real-time decisions.
Can you introduce some example of using this kind of technology? You say some dynamic environment. You say, for example, the machine learning decides the appropriate decision making in this kind of the dynamic environment. You have said so, but actually, what is the example? Can you introduce something, explanation about the example case?
Sorry, I don't know.
So, you should take care that the not only saying using some word, that it is my right answer, but the behind this maybe some of the examples or something you have to explain. Then not only using some summarized word, abstract word, but when you use this kind of the summarization or concluded word, you have to know about the example or the details about that. Without understanding that, do not use this kind of summarized word, I think.
Okay.
Maybe the like some sides say some answer. Yes, this kind of dangerous, so adapting to the dynamic environment. But actually, what it is, you have to consider. You have to explore more. What is the basement of this world? You have to consider, I think.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, you understand? Yes. Yes, because the only some word has not so much meaning. This kind of question for assignment report is only for the chance to study more, chance to understand more, chance to explore more. So therefore, I hope that you should more deeply explore or find some of the facts or the cases or examples or something. I hope. Okay. This is only comment addition to your study. Because the finding and understanding is a very, very interesting, I think. Don't you think so? New thing finding, new things finding, and new things the understanding is make fun for everyone, I hope, I think. So therefore, please study. Okay, study completely, more detailed. Right, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Last, Roy Han from the British for answer.
So first, the reasons we need unmanned construction robots. So the growing need for unmanned construction robots stems from several critical challenges faced by the construction industry today. So first, there is a severe labor shortage. So especially in countries with aging populations such as Japan and Germany, skilled construction workers are retiring and fewer young people are entering the field. Unmanned system can help fill this gap by automating repetitive and labor-intensive tasks. And second, construction sites are often hazardous environments involving heavy machinery, unstable ground, or work at height. Robots can be deployed in these dangerous zones to reduce the risk of injuries, enhancing overall safety. Third, there is a need for higher efficiency and precision. The autonomous machines can operate continuously and execute tasks with con- consistent accuracy. This is especially valuable in large-scale infrastructure projects where delays and errors can be costly. So fourth, disaster response and recovery scenarios, such as after earthquakes, floods, or nuclear incidents, require fast and safe deployment of machinery in areas that may be too dangerous or inaccessible for human crews. So the key technologies to realize these systems are first is autonomous navigation and localization. So robots must understand their position and environment in real time. Technologies such as GNSS, SLAM, and LiDAR-based perception are essential for enabling mobility in complex and unstructured construction sites and machine vision and object recognition. So construction robots need to perceive their surroundings to detect the materials, workers, and obstacles. Computer vision combined with deep learning allows for object detection, materials classification, and environmental mapping and teleoperation and supervisory control. So while for autonomy may not always be feasible,
Remote human oversight can be provided via teleoperation systems. This allows human operator to interview and or supervise multiple robots from a central control station. IoT and cloud-based coordination. The sensors embedded in machinery can collect operational data, which is processed in real time via edge computing or sent to the cloud for analysis. This supports predictive maintenance and centralized task coordination. So, of course, I believe that at this stage, robots cannot fully replace humans as they have not yet reached such a high level of intelligence. So, the primary role of robots today, especially unmanned construction robots, is to assist humans in completing tasks, reducing the physical strain on workers or enhancing certain capabilities. Though these robots are designed to handle repetitive, dangerous, or labor-intensive tasks, but they still rely on human oversight and intervention, as they are not yet capable of performing tasks with the same level of flexibility, judgment, and problem-solving skills as humans.
To basically, because the history difference you have referred. You have found some paper or you have worked with some dependent side. What is your thought of this? Because there are no information about your research, everything what you want to know. This kind of this paper, no state is your thought of this. They make it.
I did not reference. I did not cite the reference in this question.
So after part of the four reasons to highly use this kind of online construction. And the online construction here, you get what you think about 5.1 second 5.1 partly, secondly, thirdly, fourth, and the where is the cause of this concept?
So I so I just searched on Google and but I didn't cite the reference and I searched the Google and to find some answers but I didn't cite them.
Wikipedia type of the online construction. Please show the exactly which type you have defined.
I'm searching.
Period. One of these 5 items you have listed up, and here, how you have found this answer? You have settled this answer. How to do it? especially in this one, B1.
Mm. I I just combine the several pages. So the first reason and the second reason is uh so I so the first reason and the second reason is my opinion, and I find the third and the fourth reason online.
The third one, fourth one is the online. No, I can't say what is the opinion. Your opinion. The second one is part one, and the second one is your opinion. Third one, you have different one side, and the fourth is different side. If you say that you should be please say for clear. Okay. So yeah, third side is the different case. Up here is the your different case of the third side.
I cannot find them now.
Now you cannot find it now.
Uh,
So what I'm asking you to do is for example, so your answer is the first one is the data, okay. Second one is the hardware assembly. Third one is the higher frequency, and fourth one is the geostar response and recovery. Is the purpose. How it is used. If you say that this answer is found on some site, you should do this kind of listing up, and then finally the reference, the reference list you should add in the reference list in the added in the at the end of this section, and then the which site name and the site address or something. This is the way of the referring some site in paper, in the technical paper, access to on 05 May とかって2025とか you may show this kind of way in most cases. This is because I hope that you are familiar with kind of the typing way. When you refer something, I hope you will be more familiar with this kind of writing way in the academic paper or the professional paper in engineering style.
yes. So, but I actually combined the reason, and so I just I just so use some words in their page, and just
combine all of the pages you have combined it also the added like this is preferable, I think.
yes.
Can you do that?
Yes.
This is also the good way to showing which side this reason is found on this side and this side, or this paper and this paper, and the other is also like this. We also show this kind of way. Oh,
Yes, yes.
okay, maybe most of the things is based on some others work. So therefore, which material you are studying, I want to know.
Oh, yes, yes.
And especially this side, for example, this side should be the English side, not so the Chinese side, preferably.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, please. Yes, yes, this is the only the styles, formats, things. So therefore, we should go back to the content of this part. Yes, unbound construction. Unbound construction. Especially in Japan, this is started from this volcanoes explosion and recovery work. To do this, some heavy machines is necessary to work, but the directly human workers is operating this is not so safe. So therefore, the remote places, remote site situation, this is more than 30 years ago, the TV is observing the site, and many cameras is equipped on these heavy vehicles, and the operator is operating the vehicles. Like this is, some of them is, yes, this is construction machine is remotely operated from one side, is here. Yes, this is the volcanoes. This is operating room. And yes, this is なんかインサイトあんまりない。こいつを見ますか。
労働力不足や作業員の負担増加など建設業が抱える問題に大林組はロボティクスコンストラクションで答えます。中でも注目を集めているのがロボティクスコンストラクション構想の一つ、建設機械の遠隔操縦。新しい建設の形。2016年大林組が汎用遠隔操縦装置サロゲートを開発したことから遠隔操縦の道が開けました。以来熊本城の復旧工事をはじめ人が立ち入ることが危険な現場での実証実験を重ね、その精度と信頼性を向上させてきました。サロゲートに加え通信技術の発達により遅延のない正確で品質の高い遠隔操縦を実現しました。そのため自宅にいながらにして地球の裏側の現場で建設機械を操縦するなど時間や場所にとらわれない働き方が可能となる技術です。それでは大林組が目指す新しい建設の形の一端をご覧ください。本プロジェクトでは煙突の解体工事に伴う瓦礫の撤去で瓦礫が直下に落下する危険があるため遠隔操縦が採用されました。 煙突の解体現場からおよそ200メートルの地点に操縦室を設置し、煙突下部のバックホーからキャリアダンプへの瓦礫の積み込みと搬出を行いました。バックホーとキャリアダンプには通信用アンテナの他に前方カメラ、全方位カメラが取り付けられています。そのため狭い道や作業環境でも遠隔操縦者はストレスなく安全に建設機械を操作することが可能となっています。遠隔操縦が可能な建設機械はこの他にもブルドーザーや解体機械がすでに実績を積んでいます。遠隔操縦システムは主に4種類あり、現場の状況や工事の種類によって最適なシステムを選ぶことが可能です。現場では瓦礫の積み込みが始まりました。遠隔操縦者の操作を正確に伝えているのが建設機械の操作レバーやフットペダルに取り付けられたサロゲートです。装置を装着するだけで容易に遠隔操縦が可能で、建設機械を改造する必要もなく、さまざまなメーカーや建設機械に対応しています。またコンパクトで簡単に着脱可能なため、作業環境に合わせて遠隔操縦と搭乗操縦を容易に切り替えることが可能です。バックホーによる瓦礫の積み込みが終わると、キャリアダンプによる搬出が始まりました。狭い作業道路であっても操縦者の指示を高い操作性能を有するサロゲートにより瞬時に正確に建設機械に伝えられ、難なく通過することができました。遠隔操縦により人の立ち入り禁止区域外へスムーズにキャリアダンプが到達しました。本施工においては煙突の解体作業と並行しながら瓦礫の撤去を遠隔操縦により安全に終えることができました。大林組が目指す新しい建設の形。遠隔操縦技術により安全で快適な作業環境で誰もがいつでもどこでも働くことができる。それが大林組のロボティクスコンストラクション。
Really, I'm very excited to even get actually be attracted by really it is operated and have already been done once, and use this film to record about it. Because in my because actually, in my memories, in other countries, even in America, this size of construction by all remote controlled, even combined with the modification of the operation machines, haven't been done. So this time, I find that Japan really gets advanced for this part of work.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes. Construction robot とかね。This kind of remote operated is a very advanced in Japan. Yes,
Right.
especially.
It is actually really commercial.
Yes, it's commercially
For
available.
Actually, for the research and the commercial, it's definitely different. So if it's commercial, it means that it works well uh, for a kind of mode.
Okay, yes, thank you. Yes, this kind of two-armed construct heavy machinery is also developed. Some of them is used in Fukushima site. Yes, of course. And underwater bulldozer is also, amphibious bulldozer is also developed and used in Japan. これ、なんか見てみる。これ、this is also the underwater bulldozer. なんだろう。This is what? うん
Hi, I'm Kaylee Clinton. I'm Global Director of Brand Communications here at Komatsu. Welcome to CES. This is Komatsu's first time exhibiting at the show. We're very excited to be here in West Hall with other big OEMs. What we wanted to do with this show was really bring some of the cutting edge future concepts to this audience to really show the innovation that is present in construction, mining, forestry. So what we have here is a concept machine for underwater dozing and excavation. So we did a similar model in the 70s, the D155W, that some of those are still out there working. What we wanted to do was bring that concept back. There's a real need for this for ecological restoration, for climate disaster prevention and relief. And so what we have here is a Komatsu dozer that's been specially equipped to be operated via a remote. Here we have our remote control. This can be operated from the shore. I think a lot of people, when they think about automation, they think taking humans out of the jobs. This is a great example of where a human can be dry and safe on land and doing this work with the controller and being able to see, with the use of data mapping visualization technology, exactly what's on the seabed or the lake bed that needs to be cleared out. You don't have to actually be in that vehicle to make that happen. You see right here, this is where the control is going to come in. So that antenna goes out of the water and it allows this to be fully automated and operated by remote control. It's fully electric, all battery. So it's very non-invasive to the environments it needs to help repair, but at the same time it can move material much more effectively and for large projects than, say, an excavator in that aquatic environment. So we're doing testing right now, and the idea is to bring a new next-gen model to the markets once we've kind of figured out what the best collection of needs is. For the
はい。っていうのは、several years ago, about the more than 30 years ago, first type of this kind of Komatsu's machine is using the usual engine. So therefore, this kind of chimney to exhausting the airs is necessary. So this kind of, for example, 10 meters なんか chimney is necessary. これduct か。tilting the duct, exhausting pipe is also there. But the new one, this year's new product is using the electrical power and battery is equipped. So therefore, no necessary this kind of the exhausting duct, exhausting pipe. And the underwater can be done. But of course, the antenna is necessary to remote control. So therefore, some height of the tower pole is put on the top of this speaker because it is going to the underwater, the lake bank or sea bank, it said, seabed, it said. She said in this site, in this and two arm type でしょ And also the land construction is also the very important. でもなんか、スマートコンストラクション。これ。スマートコンストラクション。これか例えばこれ。ドローン and machinery is combined, and then this kind of activity ね。そう。これか。
トヨタホームです。私たちは様々なライフスタイルに寄り添い続けます。暮らしやす
The job site of the future is ready for you. Wherever you choose to start, smart construction solutions can be added and integrated as you're ready.
This job site here, this is a Komatsu facility that we're building, and we're using it as an opportunity to validate and demonstrate the value of these technologies, changing the way contractors work to drive out those inefficiencies.
When the Smart Construction Group came in, they integrated everything together and made it more of a seamless transition where we can take the data, transfer it to the machines, and get data from the machines, bring it back to the office, and utilize it across the board for bidding, customer reference, and for billing.
Throughout this whole process, we started doing drone flights, and it's very easy for a general contractor to utilize the dashboard. It's a great way for us to get the information that we really need.
A drone can accurately map your job site in a fraction of the time required by ground-based survey. Then you can collect data throughout the life of the project, data you can turn into efficiencies. Dashboard collects and stores your data into one easy-to-integrate location that can be shared with any collaborators you choose.
For customers that are a little reluctant to adopt technology, you're not alone. Just give it a shot. You could do a demo, do a rental, talk to someone, and they can help you understand how those changes would benefit you and your operations.
Drone is the observing the land condition and how to do the more about bulldozer or some the construction machine is necessary to do is planned on the simulator in other place. So this kind of thing is you can find that this is a smart construction recently is developed. This is what I want to show about this the unmanned construction as our other part. これthis part. ランドログとか KOMIC とかって some 小松図 announcement. Oh, in this part, you have some question about this part, unmanned construction or construction robots. It's okay? So yes, we should proceed to the next Fukushima's part or the other topic we should discuss because only less than 30 minutes is remaining, which is better. Okay, unmanned construction is good enough? Or we should proceed more about the nuclear power plant troubles? Construction. The others たら、in pipe か、space か、agriculture とか、which part you are interested in? Construction robots. Which construction robots?
The mostly the construction control, control by the human, by the teleoperation, I'm interested with the controller setup. I saw that beside the construction robots, they also have the traditional also have the traditional operating structures, which seem like with the seem like used by the human before, such as the this has the gas auto and something else. Uh, I think the construction robots in the video may be unique by the construction, which used to be used by human. I think it is interesting.
And the which part you want to know more? You want to discuss more? Teleoperation? How they make the teleoperation?じゃあ、なんかテレオペレーションロボットの、important problem. What is a teleoperation robot's important problem? Teleoperation robot's important problem. なんか、ロボットテレオペレーション。リモートオペレーションでも、テレオペレーションなんでも、テレオペレーションなんだけど、Yes, what is the important problem of the teleoperation? How do you think the Hawking? How do you think the teleoperation robot's important problem? なんか problem, challenge. What is the challenge of teleoperation of robot?
The most of your teleoperation. In the video, I say that the not just because I think the only relate the only maybe add some machine that human can control them by the operation method. But it is actually the construction is actually similar used for human. I mean that they also have the space inside them. It is not absolutely designed for the
いいよ、テレオペレーション。なんか、several weeks ago, we have found some remote master slave operation, we have learned. Yes? 2 weeks ago, maybe. So we have learned the remote operation, master slave system, master slave control. And at that time, we have also studied about this kind of feedback controls law or something that we have discussed. Hi.
I want to say that the machine I just saw in the video. I think it is not completely redesigned for remote control. I think it was modified from the original machine used by the human, because it also has the space inside that, which I think is used for the human sitting there. And I think it may be a waste of space. So I think so I think it is also a point that should be updated.
じゃあ、スペースロボットのテレオペレーションオブスペース、まあ、コンストラクションロボットでも、スペースロボットでもテレオペレーション、about the teleoperation, what is the most important problem or the important problem? How do you think the problem of remote operation? まあ、of course, the, なんだっけ、autonomous, the human operations combination is also there. In sometimes the supervised control or the partially operated control is also done. But what is the important problem in the teleoperation? How do you think? Signal? Yes, signal. What kind of signal is problem?
But then for the underwater robots, in the video they should have a antenna out of the water. Something will control them. But if the water is too deep, the antenna cannot get out of the water. Maybe the control will be some problem, but that will delay or some else problem.
Okay. Delay problem. Yes, okay, good. じゃあ、私、How about the, UA, how do you think the remote operation robots main problem, especially in space or the underwater or the deep sea or what is the remote operation robots important problem? How do you think? Feedback. Which kind of feedback problem? Right. Sensor, various sensors. Okay, feedback is your answer. Thank you. Is it okay? Okay. Thank you. じゃあ、イハン、how do you think the problem of the remote operation? What is how do you think, what is the problem or issue of this, the situation's problem?
Digging in the ground and the environment is very dark and very limited view and the road cannot actually know specifically where the place it is.
Okay. はい、good. なんか、limited view angle とか、limited view. はい。じゃあ、thank you. How about Chenel's idea?
The observe of the remote control signal, just like the microwaves would be observed by water on the Earth. And for the far away outer space, there could be the reflections of the electric signals, electronic waves, the microwaves reflects around the atmosphere, as well as the light speed is actually limited.
Okay. はい。Thank you. Signal reflection, resonance. It makes some the bad effect to the environment, to the signal itself. Yes, this is also the one answer. It's okay. But, これじゃねえ。Especially in case of the, これ変だ。これか。Yes, okay. リモートオペレーション。はい。リモートオペレーションってここで、マスタースレイブロボット、we have introduced the several, 2 weeks ago maybe. なんだっけ、この、リモートコントロールマニピュレーター。アルゴンの National Laboratory is a nuclear power the research laboratory in United States. So to treat this kind of the dangerous material, radiation material, master slave method, master arm slave method, human operators master, and robot follows as the slave is done. As I said here, this is mechanical slave robot is here. The one operator is behind this wall. The one operator's movement of this part is given mechanically to here. And this part is a slave part, slave arm. It is difficult to watch. Slave arm is working. Slave arm is working. Yes. This part, the human is here. Human operating this master side. And the slave side is looks like this. The slave side is working like this. This is mechanically connected. So the slave's movement, actually the master's movement is amplified to this several times and movements because the human operator's move of the area is very, very limited, but the slave should work more. So therefore, the mechanically amplified this movement. It's the one operation way. And the teleoperation is because the humans なんか observing the remote site through the cameras, visual information, or this tactile information is reflected to this master arm. So therefore, yes, feedback information is very, very important for this kind of the remote operation because not directly being on that site, but remotely the operator is remotely existing in the separated site. And the signals, information is given only through some signals. One most important signal is this visual information. But also the tactile contacting or force information is also very important because most of the work by this robot is done by the physically contacting to the remote environment. So physical contact is contact information and how much force is generated through this contact is given back to this, fed back to this, the operator is very, very important. So therefore, this unilateral is only the operator's operation is given to this remote site and the remote robot is following this operation of operator's command. This is the unilateral control. But the bilateral is this kind of contact force or the executed force is feedback to the operator. This is a bilateral. So one is most important is image information, of course, but the force information is also the necessary to be fed back. This is of course, the general master-slave robots control. Presently, the one is a visual information, and the secondary is a force information, force torque information. Two kinds of information is mainly fed back to the operator. And especially in space satellite robot or the moon exploring robot, Mars exploring robot, what is the important idea is, なんでしょう。なんでしょう。この through the network, through the line, through the line, robotic remote operation master service system and network technology, not only the on the earth, but the on the earth, but very, very far distance place remote operation and the orbit satellite robot operation and moon robot operation, Mars robot operation. What is the important point? It's here. The network short distance makes the short time delay, but long distance makes long time delay. So time delay is one typical point for this far distance, long distance remote operation. Because any information cannot transmit it over the light speed. Over light speed. Light speed is the most fastest speed
among the all universe.
Yes, yes, for universe. So therefore the two moon were, I don't know, several 10 seconds is necessary to reach, and Mars several minutes at least necessary to reach. So therefore the long distance is a very, very severe problem for long distance remote operation. And of course, the communication channel, the limited amount of information can be transferred through this network communication channel. So the communication channel's bandwidth is very, very important. So the one is long distance. Second is communication channel's limitation of the amount of information. And third one, what is the third one? This is not mentioned here, but the third problem, how do you think? The third problem is remote operation in this long distance remote operation. How do you think? Hi, how do you think the third problem of this remote operation? なんか long distance and limited communication channel and the third problem of this long distance teleoperation problem.
About this teleoperation goes well. Because the speed of the effect is coming as is not able.
Okay. Good answer. Limited bandwidth. Yes, this is two major problem. And the third one I have asked him. Yes. So how do you think the UA, do you have some idea about the third problem of long distance remote operation? UA, do you have some opinion about this problem? If you have no idea that you can say it, you can say that. Okay, okay. Hi, good. How about Ifan? Ifan, do you have some idea about the third problem?
Specific situation because like operate remotely is not like being brilliant and it cannot have a clear visibility.
Clear visibility. Of course,なんか、limited view angle とかさ。limited view angle. Yes, if we have the visual information, limited view angle is a very view angle is the angle is one typical problem, of course. ね? Because the cameras have some angle, frame. So therefore, the outside frame, we cannot understand, we cannot see outside frame. Yes? And the other idea?
Actually, there's something that's especially for the long-distance remote control is the rotation of the planet. As the planet actually rotate around the sun and also it's rotate around itself, it could be sometimes the satellite, the space object could be actually be the opposite side of the emitter, and even it is on the opposite side of the sun.
Okay, distance or occlusion
Right.
condition will be changed.
Actually, for the electrical occlusion conditions.
Okay, okay, okay. This is also the one important. Yes, I think. But my answer is so. I said the visual information, and the false information is the main two feedback signal for this kind of the two kinds of information. Two kinds of the feedback information. It's the vision and false, but for this, the two types of media, the coordination of these two types of information, because the false signal, for the false signal, tactile signal is very, very small size, but the visual information is the large size. So therefore, for real-time feedback, the false feedback can be more frequently cycled, but the visual information updated not so much frequently, or make some time delay, more longer time delay. So the operator's viewpoint, contact information and the visual information, this has some the gap or some the funny things we feel, not so much coordinated, adjusted. So this kind of the coordination or adjustment or harmonizing is very, very important. Okay. So the multimedia, it means the different types of information is fed back, but at the same time, at the real time, same time is very, very important to feel. Then, for example, the visual information and auditory information, tactile information is making the different timeline makes me confused so much. So therefore, this kind of coordination, adjustment, harmonizing is very, very important, I think. Harmonizing. It's very important about not only the time delay, but the different time delay makes us confused. Constant time delay is okay, we can deal with. But the different the timeline, the feedback control is very, very not good for others. So to deal with this kind of the time delay, the prediction display or model-based operation method, various kind of operation method has been developed to deal with this kind of way. ここに、これちょっと動くよね。これだから、one is using the model, but the actual feedback signal is the very, なんか little bit delayed. This case is the satellite robot teleoperation from ground. Some animation is given real time, but the actual video is given a little bit later. Or about more than 10 years ago. More than 20 years ago, this has been done. まあ、テロオペレーション。はいはい。ということで、これは、なんかこのテレオペレーション、coordination of the visual information and the contact information is also studied in about quarter century ago. はい。ということが、this is more deeper explanation about remote operation, but not only the construction robot, but the construction robot is also the similar problem because to deal with this kind of the remote construction, the information's coordination is also the one important point, I think. So therefore, I explained about the space robot and the construction robot. Maybe some part of remote operation is a similar problem. And also, 何を言おうと思ったんだっけ coordination. Remote, as a technical viewpoint, remote operation is a similar technology has been used in here. なんか言おうと思ったけど忘れちゃった。はい。ということで、もうalmost finished about today's part. Sorry, we are now today's lecture time that we have the focus on only aboutこの remote operated control and also based on this technology, the application is mainly about the disaster robot and also the space robot. Okay? Some of the construction robot and the space robot, we have unmanned construction that we have discussed. Of course, the in-pipe robot is also has some limited information feedback and the very なんか hardware-oriented the special environment. So therefore, the special mechanism is necessary. So we have to discuss later about the difficult various mechanisms to deal with in-pipe situations. Yes, later, maybe. I hope. Hi. Yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for attending. See you next time. Bye bye. See you. Bye.